Hello everyone, Rimea here. Guess what released like yesterday? Newer Super Mario Bros. U. Well, okay, not quite no. However, some of the devs did decide to release most of the stuff that was made for the project before it got cancelled on their website. It's linked in the description, and yeah, go check it out. Now, this includes loads of interesting stuff. For example, there's a lot of custom code things I'm not clever enough to understand, and like several mods worth of music that was made for Newer U. However, there were also a couple of stages included. As far as I can tell, the dozen or so stages that are downloadable here are actually the only stages ever made for the project, and half of those stages are barely playable, they're so short. But regardless, I thought it'd be fun for us to go through all of them, and I suppose puzzle together what this mod might have been. Right, so starting off, there are only 3 stages that seem to have actually been intended to be playable in the mod and finished to an extent. These also happen to be the stages Scarrow showed off on his channel when the project first got cancelled, which I suppose is no coincidence. 2-2, Shroom Hop Swamp. Alright, so here we are playing Newer Super Mario Bros. U, quite crazy, quite surreal to be honest. So yeah, this stage has already been shown off before, but it's still nice to play it myself. In fact, I've already once, when I was bored, I remade this stage myself, and that was quite fun. So I remember if you go over to the left here, you've got the first star coin. Quite a random star coin to be honest, like, doesn't really have anything to do with this stage, but I suppose it's kind of clever. The style set, like, actually seeing it up close now myself, it looks really, like, I mean, no offense, I mean, this is 2016, so, like, obviously stuff might have not been as, like, I don't know, high standard as it is now, but like it doesn't look all that great when you look at it all that closely. Like there's the shadows cut off in all sorts of places, and in general the grass looks really poorly recolored. I don't know, it's really quite fun seeing that now. Oh god, those coins kind of came out in a weird angle there. You see that? But yeah, there's all sorts of like slightly weird stuff in these stages now that I noticed, which like when I first saw this stage, like in the trailer or when Scarrow showed it off himself, I didn't notice and didn't care. It was just like, oh wow, this is perfect. I don't see why they would ever cancel this. But now, like looking at even just this stage, which has nothing to do with why they canceled the mod, I think. Like there's just a lot of weird stuff. I don't know, I don't really agree with some of the decisions in the level design, and just the tile set looks really weird now. But like still, but by 2016 or 2017 standards, this looks pretty good, and I mean a lot of the newer Wii tile sets are also sort of questionable. I do actually quite like the vibe of Scarrow stages though, like even the very, well not very bad, but like very questionable newer Wii stages that he made, they still always have this weird like Nintendo-like quality, which I don't think I can even match myself. And even like this stage, which I'm pretty sure he said he doesn't like all that much anymore, like it does have this weird quality to it, which feels very much like what Nintendo might do, even though it is nothing like what a Nintendo stage would be like. I think it's just, yeah, it's quite neat regardless. I don't think this stage features a single bonus room either, which is something I would never ever do as a level designer now. And I mean, Scarrow also has plenty of bonus rooms in like his newer DS stages and stuff. Stuff like this is very un-multiplayer friendly, by the way. Like, imagine that in multiplayer. You'd have to either jump all at the same time, or like, I guess you could maybe just about manage with the camera if like the one player stood like somewhere here and then the other player could still wait and jump, maybe? I don't know. Like stuff like that is stuff that I imagine might not have been thought about as much, but then again, I mean, Newer Wii was quite multiplayer friendly, but that might have also come simply as a result of the testing phase, I'm not sure. And then the final star coin is arguably the weirdest and jankest of all, is this, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember, like, even back when I first saw this stage, like, the way these pipes, like, they sway so weirdly far from where like, it looks like their swaying point is supposed to be the pipe joint. But like they sway so far out, it looks really strange. Also the way they cut through the ground and stuff. Quite odd. Oh well. Yeah, so like I'd say like I think there was quite a big chance this stage would have made it into the mod itself, but yeah, it's alright. Like I said, it does have this nice Nintendo-like, or maybe even just Scarrow-like feel to it, because of course it's made by Scarrow. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so that was actually the only stage made using any sort of a custom tile set. In fact, said custom tile set seems to have been just about the only custom tile set finished for the mod as a whole. Most of the tile sets seem like incomplete and bare bones retextures and other simple edits, which is a shame. Then again, I'm sure had the project continued on, it would have obviously included many more custom assets than are used in these stages. Anyways, moving on to 5-1, Parched Gizmos. Alright, so for this stage I did actually have to remove some of the ASM stuff. There was like some moving platform stuff, the magic platform, which was present in the original stage. For no apparent reason, like they could have also just had some stuff retextured, but I guess they wanted to be cool with their magic platforms, which is fine. But yeah, so I removed that, but it doesn't actually really impact the playability of the stage or even the functionality of the stage. It's just, it's basically just visual, so it's fine. Oh yeah, also speaking of visual, also the original version of the stage, the gears were retextured to match the desert blocks better, and that isn't the case here right now. Yeah, I actually quite like this stage. Like, it uses the gears in some very unique ways, and you can quite clearly tell that, like, the level designer, I guess Scowo again, was, like, quite happy to work with the path-controlled rotation controllers and stuff, because there's a lot more functionality you can do with stuff like the gears in Newer U-logy because of stuff like those rotation controllers and stuff. I'm saying stuff quite a lot, but yeah. Oh yeah, this like bonus section here is really jank. I think once again this stage doesn't feature any bonus rooms. I think, do any of these stages feature bonus rooms? Come to think of it, I don't think they do. How do I get up here? I guess I'd have to. I can't really. It's difficult. I'm about to die. Great. Okay, let's give this another shot. I suppose I'm not really sure what the technique here is supposed to be. I guess I think what I'm supposed to do is maybe jump over to the right first, like the right gear, and then... Oh, but it's really tough. Like, it doesn't line up at all. Okay, there we go. I think the camera's supposed to go up. Oh, it does only when you go over here. Well, that's a bit jank. So you can go over here, and it's like, oh, there's nothing here, and then... Oh, that's really strange. Oh, well. Yeah, there's quite a lot of camera trickery going on this stage. You can also see the camera kind of zoomed out there a little bit. Not a huge fan of, like, the camera doing that randomly, and that's just a result of the way the, vertical scroll limits are used in this stage. So yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure these things are supposed to be solid, not semi-solid, like in Newer U, where they're from. I think they're supposed to be solid, but I'm not entirely sure on that, honestly. Yeah, so originally these things weren't floating in the stage. You can see that in Scowo's video still, or in the trailer, I believe. They're supposed to be like little blocks below them as well. And that was done using ASM, apparently, but there's no reason to do that with ASM. You could also just have, like I said, retextured something, so... Oh well, I couldn't be bothered to actually fix that myself. I just let them float like this. Doesn't really change too much. Okay, that's a star coin and a half. What the heck? I guess the star coin challenge was kill the pokey? That's very simple. Oh well, whatever. I do like these, like especially this one, like these formations of the gears that aren't moving, except these gears are even like kind of like floating up and down in the sand. That's really cool. Like, I haven't seen that stuff before, and it's quite a nice usage of the mechanic in some different ways. And that's something that Scowo generally seems to really like to do, is having these like moving platforms and making them static to some extent. Like you can see that a lot all over Newer DS as well. Wow, that's another star coin. I guess the challenge is wait and then oh god, I'm dead again. Okay, well I think that's enough of that stage. With that stage apparently being intended to be 5-1, it does make you wonder what the world structure of Newer U would have looked like. There is some interesting concept art included in the downloadable files, though most of that points towards World 5 being a snow world. So maybe the included level locations aren't actually accurate to what was planned? On the other hand, there is also a text file included which outlines different themes for each world, which do line up with the themes of the levels we're playing. So I suppose the world structure went through several phases, even though no world map was ever made as far as I know. Anyway, on to 3-4, Slither Frost Grotto. Yeah, so this is the last proper stage we're going to be playing today, in terms of like stage that was actually intended for the game itself, I think. The wall up the right here isn't actually extended all the way up to the top of the screen, so like, or like past the top of the screen, so I can actually, if I had like a PA gun or something, I could get on top of the ledge there for no reason. I think that's just a mistake, so that's a bit of a shame. The tiling in this stage, like at first sight it might look totally normal, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Like for example, it's hard to tell here, but okay, actually you can see it quite well over to the left here. You can see the snow, the snow which is on layer 2, just extending past into the ground, which is, you know, just a straight up tiling error. But also like just the ice up top here looks really odd, like the way it's on layer 0 and stuff. I'm pretty sure Nintendo also did some stuff like that, but I don't know, just the way it's done here just stands out a lot to me, whereas it doesn't really do that in the original Newer U. There's also just a lot of minor tiling errors with the way the ice tile set is used. Like, for example, these slopes here, you see those, like, kind of cutting off there? Yeah. Oh well, it's fine. It's like, I can't say I haven't noticed it myself in, like, the trailer or even in Scour's video on this stage, so it's just very minor stuff. Can I make it up here? Oh, I can. I'm pretty sure, yeah, some major coin stuff going on if you do that. In general, there's a lot of quite interesting like setups with the way the coins are spawned in and stuff in this stage, and in general in all of these Scour stages for this game, or this mod, I suppose. And they kind of move in very quickly and very suddenly. I think like I don't set them up that way myself personally. I tend to make them move in a little bit slower and a little bit less frantically, I suppose. Oh well. Like, those coins right there, like that was kind of crazy. And also, they came in kind of late, so... I don't know. Oh, God! Okay, thank you very much, level design. Oh yeah, I just noticed another tiling error up top there. You can see, like, the ice kind of cutting off there. There's a lot of... Because of the way the Layer 0 works with the transparent ice tiles, there's a lot of very minor tiling errors like that in this stage as well. Where, like, you could just kind of see stuff cutting off inside the ice itself. But yeah, I mean, there's also loads of tiling errors in the original Newer Wii, but you can't really, like, notice most of those simply because, Newer Wii is obviously played on the Wii, which is not an HD console, so you can't really, like, pixel peep all that much. And whereas, like, obviously in this game you can do that quite well, you can quite clearly see a lot of the details which might not quite all line up. Here's something I do like in this stage, which is once again, just like with the gears in the previous stage, like just using these moving platforms in a static form. It's just something that, yeah, Scour really seems to like to do. What's going on up there? You see that ice there? That looks so odd. What the heck? Man, there's some weird stuff going on in this stage in terms of tiling. Like, it looks really strange. I don't know. Also, there's just a major, just fundamental flaw in this stage, which is that there's a lot of these setups where you have to ride the snake blocks or you're screwed. Also, I was supposed to wall jump there, but whatever. But like, if you just jump on the snake blocks and then jump back over to the left, you're stuck. You know, you have to kill yourself. Too much. Also, rip that star coin. So that means that, like, I don't know, in a lot of instances, Nintendo doesn't do that all that often per se. That like setups like that where you can just jump onto a moving platform and then jump off, and you're just screwed and you have to kill yourself or restart or whatever. And that's just like a fundamental flaw with this level, and levels like this a lot, you know, these like semi-auto-scrollers, but also not. In general, just auto-scrolling stages that don't actually use like literal auto-scrolling. Most of those tend to have problems like that, and I'm not a big fan of putting that kind of stuff in my level personally. Like, yeah, if I were to jump over to the left back now, yeah, I'd be screwed. That's a shame. This is quite a cool setup here, though. You have to jump properly, like with the timing, in order to even get this to work. Like if I hadn't jumped on that second to last platform there, or whatever platform that was, that wouldn't have happened, and I would have died. So like, there's just a lot of weird setups in this stage, which like only really work if you do exactly what the level designer wants you to do. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Like here, for example, how would you do that in multiplayer? You just couldn't. It's physically impossible, I think. So yeah, or that right there. Like, what the heck? So many weird things going on. Oh, so this is just okay. See, that's quite cool. I like that. And then what's this all about? I know that. Oh right, there was actually one bonus room in this stage, and I missed it. I think. Unless no, wait, this is the bonus room. Yeah, okay, yeah, right. I saw this in the editor. I think, or it's not really a bonus room, is it? Well, there's some one-ups. That works. And the top of the flagpole, maybe? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that was kind of a cool stage. It had some different flaws from the other stage we played, the other stages, but yeah, it's fine, I guess. There were also one or two stages included, which seem to be mostly straightforward remakes of Newer Wii stages. For example, there is Palm Beach U. Yeah, so to any Newer Wii fans, this should be a familiar sight. We're obviously in Palm Beach, though we're using a lot of Newer U assets and stuff, and there's quite a lot of small differences in this stage compared to the original Newer Wii version, which does make me wonder, like, some of the additions and changes and stuff in this stage. I wonder if those are also going to be in Newer Deluxe, or whether, you know, this is just purely what Scour thinks should be improved and not per se what those level designers will think. I don't know. We're not using the underground PA0 here, which is a bit of a shame. Oh well. There we go. Oh, I don't get any clapping. What? Oh, do I have to also collect these? Oh no, I just don't get any clapping. Well, great. Pretty sure the original stage did have a clapping controller set up there. Might be wrong though, I'm not sure. But given that there also wasn't like the proper underground brick blocks and stuff in that section, I suppose this stage was maybe a bit rushed in some senses. I don't know. Seeing some of these like clearly Newer U style tile sets, like these scaffolds, for example, in like the Palm Beach setting, is quite, I don't know, it's quite confusing, I suppose. Oh right, I remember this. So I think, yeah, this is now actually set up to where you have to use Yoshi to get it. I think. Yeah, I think I'm screwed. Yeah. So I suppose I should probably go back and grab Yoshi and try that again. And I remember, actually, like, Scabo started doing a playthrough of Newer Wii on his channel, and he also talked about how that's something he wanted to do as an improvement for that stage, is making that section a lot more difficult and more, like, properly timed with the coins and stuff. So it's funny to see that exact improvement in this version of the stage, and I suppose that's maybe what he was talking about in general. And I do wonder, like, what was the point of this stage? I just died. What was that all about? What the heck? Why? What? But there was a special exit set up earlier. What? That was so strange. Okay, well, maybe this stage isn't quite as, like, the ultimate version of Palm Beach as I thought it was. What was I talking about again? Jeez, that really threw me off. Right, yeah, no, it does make me, like, the addition of this stage in the files does make me wonder, like, to what extent was this meant to be in Newer U? I don't think it was at all, really. Even though there is also another remake of a Newer Wii stage, which seemed to have been not quite as, like, clearly indicated as not meant for Newer U. And we'll be playing that later on. But yeah, it does make me wonder, like, what was the point of this? I guess this is probably just more of a practice round for, like, getting used to making New Super Mario U stages instead of New Super Mario Wii stages, and obviously a good way to do that is start off with something familiar, such as remaking this classic stage, I suppose. So, yeah, I guess that's probably why this is here, but still, it is kind of strange. There we go. I do think that red coin section was changed. Also, isn't this, yeah. I remember my Newer Wii stages, kind of. Hey, this is a bit different as well from the way it was in, Newer Wii, I guess, yeah. Also with those coins popping in. Having coins spawn in like that isn't something that was really supported natively in Newer Wii. They did do some stuff like that with the actor spawner in Wii, but they didn't do that all that much. So it's interesting to see that here now, I guess. I also believe this blue coin section has been made a lot smaller, yeah. And also there's this weird setup with like a sun shape here. Oh, can I? What? Oh right, no, I forget the collision of rotating coins is super strange sometimes, especially I think the coin circle, I believe, or like the movement controlled blue coins and red coins have a super weird collision, which I demonstrated on accident there, I suppose. I don't even know what this is here. Like, this is not hiding. Come on, mate. What is this? That looks so weird. Oh well. And then for whatever reason, this section has desert music, though apart from that, it's pretty much the same as the original version. All stages that weren't intended to be used for Newer U were scrapped simply because they were remakes though. For example, there is also this quite vanilla stage which is simply included as 1-3. Alright, so this seems to have been a scrapped stage for Newer U, so like this isn't a remake or anything like that, however it is it is very strange, this stage. Oh, well, rip Yoshi. Another stage using Yoshi, I guess, yeah. So this is like kind of a weird mix between the original games as 1-3 and 1-5, I believe. So like you've got Yoshi and I think there's Monty Malls as well, but there's also like the semi-solids and piranha plants and stuff. Okay, so these things are actually solid. That is weird because doesn't that mean you can like, yeah. See, that's strange. Also, I'm dead. That's a shame. Am I dead? I think I'm stuck in an infinite. Okay, this is great. Yeah, I should probably just reset. I guess this is the first demonstration of something that indicates why this stage might have been scrapped. Though there's just a lot of weird jank stuff in this stage. Like, I'm pretty sure these pipes, yeah, they're not solid. And I have no idea why. Also, they seem to glitch into the ground here. You see that? Like, it's cutting off. And I have no idea why they aren't solid. Yeah, I just don't really see a reason for that. I guess they were trying to make them go behind the semi-solids? I don't really know. What's the point of that? Yeah, this stage is actually fully playable and, like, functional, except for, of course, the fact that it's super duper jank. Can I? Oh, I can't go in here. Okay, also there's a floating sign. Also, I can't actually go in here. I can just stand on top. Great. Well then. Maybe they were still getting used to the pipe collision, which is something that's a bit different in New Super Mario Bros. U compared to New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff in this stage. But yeah, this is one of the last stages we will be playing today, which is actually fully like a stage and functional and stuff. But apart from that, it is super duper weird and jank, and I can't imagine this would have ever made it into Newer U as a whole. It is just not at all. Why is there a... Oh, hello, star coin. Oh my god, why is that like that? Also, those coins are glitching into the ground. But yeah, so a lot of the stuff in Newer U was made in like 2016, 2017, and a lot of the stuff made for this mod is super impressive for that time, like, you know, custom ASM and that kind of thing. But this stage is like a typical 2016 stage, or 2017, like this is like exactly what you'd imagine a stage like that to look like. I imagine these problems were supposed to be on top of the pipes here. Also, I'm not sure how you're supposed to get up here as a player, except for doing the kind of weird thing I just did there. Oh god, there's so many weird things going on here, what the heck. Oh, hello, alright. That's a lovely start right there. But yeah, so this is like typical of the kind of broken level design that you would see in early Need for Speed modding, and also that you still see in some level designer stuff till this day. So, oh well. Oh, that's just layer 2. Okay, great. This is very reminiscent of 1-5, isn't it? With the giant piranha plants and the moving semi-solos and stuff. Yeah. I believe there were multi-balls in this stage when I looked at it in the editor, but maybe there aren't. I don't know. Oh, we didn't encounter any at least. Also, I think there were some coins in layer 2 there. Great. Also, the gold pool is floating? You see that? The heck? Anyways, moving on, there is one more Newer Wii stage remake included in the files. Namely, Newer Wii's 5-1, which is actually saved as 4-1 in the files here, and which was called Snowfield Tundra. Alright, so yeah, this is a remake of Newer Wii 4-1. It is quite strange. In that, like, it was indicated as a scrap level, I believe, in the files, which makes me wonder whether maybe Newer U was supposed to have, like, Newer Wii level remakes in it as, like, a feature? I don't know. By the way, I was playing this stage earlier, and, like, falling down there, you get soft-locked. Like, you can't get out with the way the slope is set up there. So that is really weird. But yeah, in general, this is just quite a straight-up remake of Newer Wii 4-1, I believe. Which is a fine stage, I suppose, to begin with. I don't know, it's kind of very simple and just, I don't know, it's fine, I guess. It's like one of those Cooligan sliding levels where you can kind of slide through most of it in a penguin suit. Alright, very epic star coin design right there. Yeah, it is fun seeing these stages with the New Super Mario Bros. U tile sets, but apart from that, there isn't really much to this. It's just, you know, it's pretty much just like the original stage. So, yeah, I think this is all still the same. Hey, they didn't even change those guys to be ice piranha plants. I thought maybe they did. I don't know. That would make more sense in the theme. Yo, epic level design. Alright then. Yeah, that was quite short and simple, but that's literally just a Newer Wii stage for the most part. There are some weird slopes in the ground like that there, but yeah, alright, moving on. By the way, that snow stage reminds me, it seems like at one point a Newer U holiday special was actually planned as well. Then again, there is very little of it included in the files, which suggests it was probably barely started before Newer U as a whole got cancelled. There is only a bit of music and one simple tile set in it. Anyways, from here on out, the stages we'll be playing are no longer complete in any sense, so it's going to get a bit more messy. Let's start off with 2-3, Geyser Forest. Alright, so this is the first of many stages for this mod, which were like half made, or even less than that really. And interestingly enough, this stage, like looking at it in the editor, it seems like with the way the objects are arranged, that this is actually just a level edit of the stage we played earlier, like Scabo's Rainforest stage. Because like it contains the exact same tileset files, so that is interesting. But yeah, this seems like a very amateur stage. This is, I guess, also a lot like what you might imagine 2016 New Super Mario Bros. U level design to look like this slope right here, or just like the weird urchins in the ground right there, or like this too wide terrain right here. There's just a lot of weird stuff in this stage. Hello there, piranha plant. I hope you enjoy munching on that ground. What the heck? This coin spawning in. There's a lot of weird stuff here. But yeah, that's pretty much all of this stage. And you know, that's it. The rest of it is just water, I believe. So this is indicated as a work in progress stage, and it most surely is that. Yes. I suppose because they were probably not going to have a water world in this mod. They were going to use some of the water mechanics in the rainforest instead, which makes sense. You know, it's a rainforest. That's, you know, water stuff, I suppose. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this stage. So moving on. You thought that was weird? Wait till you see this stage, which was apparently called Beachy Beach. Alright, so this is like one of those inexplicable stages in this level mod pack thing where I just have no idea what this is supposed to be. I guess like my best guess would be another person just getting the hang of how Newer level design or even just Newer like level creation works. Because there's just a lot of random stuff in here, like a floating sign, I suppose. But I can't imagine this would have ever like been intended to be the start of a proper level. I mean, we started in the water, like what the heck? I think it's like a pipe up or something. Is there a pipe here? Yeah, there is like a pipe there. See that? I guess you're supposed to use Yoshi to get there. I don't know. This is kind of reminiscent of like Newer Wii 4-2 or something, right? Yeah, this totally looks like well, no, this isn't anymore, but like with the hockey crabs and the staircase and stuff. That kind of reminds me of that. Right, there's a pipe here. We're also using some Newer U assets with the huts and stuff. Wait, how am I supposed to get what? Also, look at those, look at those sand edges down below there. What the heck? Yeah, this is all interesting, I suppose. Hello, there's actually a checkpoint. Wow, maybe this was intended to be a stage by someone. Oh, and is that the end? Oh, hello. What is this? And it leads to 3. Alright, hello 3. Some down-pulling water bubbles. They're like stacked on top of each other to the point where you can kind of see like the cutoff here. Yeah, that looks weird. I guess I'm supposed to go up here. Let's go. Alright. Okay, let's check the other pipe, I suppose. It feels like I'm playing like the Mario Maker Endless mode of these Newer mods, where there's just a weird stage around every corner. Oh, that's it. Okay, well, I think that's enough for this this stage. I have no idea what this is supposed to be. But like I said at the beginning, I guess my best guess would just be someone getting the hang of some basic Newer design stuff, like making pipes. I don't know. But yeah, moving on. So at this point you might be wondering, how is it there was so much stuff shown off in the reveal trailer when there were like maybe 3 or 4 proper stages made for the mod in total? Well, it seems the Newer team kinda faked us out with that one, since all the stages shown in the trailer are in fact present in the files here. However, well, see for yourself. For example, here's 1-3 Lava Snippet. Yeah, so you thought the trailer looked cool? Well, it turns out it was all just a fake or something. I don't know. Actually, I mean, this kind of stuff is done with trailers all the time. But yeah, this is just a little slither of a level, which was just made for the trailer, I imagine. By the way, once again, I don't have the ASM, so like the foos are just normal foos. Also, what you just heard playing there as the music is actually the Peach ending jingle cutscene music thing. Which is interesting because that is like, I guess that was probably used here to make sure there was no music for the part where they recorded in the trailer. Because like now there was no music, so I could just boot like the Newer U trailer theme at the background here. And yeah, we pretty much have the Newer U trailer clip if I actually had the ASM foo stuff. That's quite interesting. But yeah, just moving on here, that's the end. So moving on to the next stage. By the way, there is also a work-in-progress version of the desert stage we played earlier included, and it is saved in the files with the simple and, I mean, poetic name of Butts. Yeah, so this is actually not really probably worth even showing off, but this is basically just the first half of the desert stage we played earlier. I don't really think there's anything all that like different about this first half compared to the finished stage, in terms of like stuff that was changed during the stage's creation. But it is included in the stages file or in the mods files, so I might as well show it off. But yeah, there's still this super jank Stark one here, for example. Yeah, that's it. Right, on to the next stage. Anyways, apart from that, there are a few more of those trailer snippets included. For example, there's Frolicking Fuzzies example. So this is another one of those, I guess, fake trailer levels where you just see like this little part of a stage that might have been a full stage or planned to be a full stage at least at some point, but it's not actually here. I think this is almost the end already. Let's see. Yeah, that's the end. Alright, yeah, so this is really weird. I do just want to talk for a second about like this stage concept as a whole. Like, you could just jump down here and you won't die because the bouncy clouds don't go up and down high enough. I'm not sure what they were thinking here. Like even when I first saw this in the trailer, I was like, wait, how does that work in like multiplayer or just in general? Like, are you just supposed to follow the timing of the stage perfectly, or else, like it is right now, you won't die if you fall down? So like, what is even the point of anything? I don't know. It's very strange. I'm sure someone could have probably made it work as an actual stage concept, maybe, but not in the way it's executed right here. Anyways, on to the next stage. Then there's also the ever popular Beach Wave stage, which was saved as 1-2 Beach Snippet. Alright, so yeah, I once again couldn't be able to install the ASM, but here you go, here's the water waves without ASM, or the section in the trailer with the water waves at least. Once again we have the Peach cutscene music, which makes me, like, once again think that's probably the way they had no music for the trailer. But yeah, this is something. This is actually quite difficult without the water waves in place. Alright. Yeah, I don't really have anything to like say about this. Obviously, it would have worked better with the water waves. Also, my game just crashed. And then finally, there's the glow block section of the trailer, which was saved as ghostly glow blocks. And this is the final one of those trailer snippets. This is actually quite a extended section of a stage. So I do feel like this might have actually been intended to be like the start of a proper stage, maybe? I don't know. Once again, what is multiplayer friendliness? Who knows? This stage sure doesn't. Is like this. I mean, I guess you could technically fit onto this platform with 4 people, but then this, for example, wouldn't be possible. Like what? I mean, it's still a cool idea for a stage for sure. Oh, thanks, Boo. Well, maybe not that part. I don't know. But it's also, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Once again, I think there's like a secret here. Yeah, there's actually like a bonus room. Oh, well, if I could actually get onto the brick block, that is. There we go. Alright, so I think there is actually a bonus room in place here, which is interesting. Or maybe not. I thought I saw a bonus room in the... Wait, what? Oh, okay. Level design. Woo. Oh, I'm dead. Well, okay, I think that's enough of that stage. And yeah, that is pretty much all there was to show off for all of Newer U's development. There is, of course, also the custom code stuff, which I have been told was very impressive, and which is also downloadable. However, I am not nearly clever enough myself to get that working, though maybe you'll have better luck yourself. So, all in all, it has to be said there isn't actually all that much here. Considering the original Newer Wii had like over 100 stages, which were made over the course of 4 years or so, it is quite evident why this mod ended up being cancelled when you consider it was in development for, well, quite a bit of time, yet only had like these stages here finished, if you can even call them finished. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. By the way, apologies for the lack of uploads on my part. I've been really focused on finishing actually another certain Newer U mod recently, and I really hope I can tell you guys more about that sooner than later. Anyways, have fun exploring the corpse of Newer U for yourself. Remember, link for that in the description, and have a good day besides. Bye!